EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that.
His first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And hang on here. We've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall.
Moore, the man in motion.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. He's to the 15.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Rondale Moore,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now back to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
2nd and 13. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Jets defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll run on 1st down. Barton. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
The Ravens at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barton, and he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
19 tight.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Barton. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Tucker's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that.
That's caught inside the 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. It's Barton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens are back within a score. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a carry for Allen. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Young to throw it. He's got Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Here's Allen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ready. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
Young now. He's got Mason complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
What a play there. They're going to motion a running back out of the backfield and create an empty set. And that puts a lot of pressure on the offensive line because normally that's a pass play where the ball comes out fast. In this case, they have to protect a little bit longer. They take the shot downfield, and it pays off with big.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Braylon Allen.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets add 6 to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with second down and less than a yard.
Here we go, set.
Now a give right side. Barton. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Complete to Likely.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
2nd and 5.
On target to his man, Likely.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And a Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
60 back. Go.
They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Isaiah Likely
From 13 yards out.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Young. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Let's go now.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Second and a couple. Hall on a give up the middle. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Ready.
They'll run with Hall.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Right. Set.
Young.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now Young.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Come on.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. In motion, the tight end. Out of the gun, it's Young.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
On the double.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Again, it's Young. His throw caught. Right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Ready.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ready.
They'll run with Hall.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Set. Ready.
Moore, the man in motion.
Ready.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Rondale Moore. as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Now the try here for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find...
He's got him in, complete.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Barton. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Young to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Into space at the 45. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here is Young. flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They'll give to Hall.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
To throw, Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Now Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread.
And I think there on the left hash mark, he's just aiming down the middle and hoping to hit it true. But this ball started right and started working away from him, and it's going to wind up wide of the mark.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, Barton. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Second and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Here we go, Shaq. Come 19. Come 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game.
Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Barton, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
79 Bronco. Mustang 19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. George Pickens, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. From the 35, here's 2nd and 2.
Set, ready. Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
52. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't
miss it?
change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
In motion goes the tight end. Throwing, Young. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10.
And, Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Bryce Young,
his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Jets will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate. taking it right down Broadway. Through the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
On the set.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Young to throw it. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Underneath to Allen. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Okay, ready?
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Ready?
Young will set to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Ready.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Ready.
Young. This pass out wide to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Hey, go Fury. Here we go. Check, huh?
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Let's go now. Cut, cut.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Smack, smack, down.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. Young's going to take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Jets, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.